Hello, my friends from SJP. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the symbolism and the symbols in the shield of St. John Paul. But before we can talk about St. John Paul's shield, we have to talk about what's behind his shield. And it's the same image that's behind all Pope's personal emblems. And that is the seal of the papacy, and it has a bunch of symbols on it. One of these symbols is it has two keys. These keys represent Jesus's promise to Peter. I will trust to you the kingdom of heaven. They represent the power that Christ gave to Peter and his successors, because Peter was the first pope, and every pope after him is a successor to Peter. The gold key represents heaven, and the silver key represents earth. The handles of the key, the part that your hand holds, are pointing down, which represents the power that the Pope has, and the Pope is here on earth. So he has the power to hold the keys to heaven and earth, and since he's on earth, they would point towards the earth. And then the rope that's wrapped around those keys represents the link between heaven and earth, how heaven and earth are always wrapped and bound together. Now, at the top of the seal, you'll see the papal tiara. It has 3 crowns on it. The bottom one was the first crown, and that represented the Pope's authority over the Papal States, which was the area that was around Rome. In 1301, a second crown was added above the first crown to represent the Pope's spiritual authority, was superior to civil authority, meaning that the rules of the church were more important than the rules or laws made by man. And then in 1342, a third crown was added above that, and that represented the Pope's authority over all other monarchs. Popes no longer wear this crown, but it sort of sits in a museum in the Vatican City. Some people also believe that the 3 crowns represents the Pope's power, first as a priest, then as a ruler, and finally as a teacher. Now, when you take this papal seal and you place a shield on top of it, now it becomes the Pope's personal emblem. And if we look at the St. John Paul's, he has a blue flag with a gold. It's called a Marian cross because it has an M in the bottom right quadrant. So now I'm going to talk to you about how to make a shield of your own. Okay, so this is for my personal shield. I've decided to split my shield into 3 sections because I have grandparents from 3 different countries. 2 of my grandparents are from England, which is the first one that I put. One is from Portugal, that's the flag I'm working on right there, the most complicated flag ever. And then the third on the bottom is from Canada. So I've combined flags from their countries to put that all together into one shield. So this one is for my husband, since he has grandparents from only 2 countries. 2 of his grandparents come from Portugal, which is the flag I'm working on right here. And then 2 of his grandparents come from Ireland, which is the flag I'm working on right here. This one was a little bit easier to do. I was able to just split it in half to make him a shield. Now, this is the last shield that I made. This is for our children, Mr. Gately and I. So I put Portugal, England, Ireland, and Canada. And, if you see there, it's actually a spot where I made a mistake. Covered it up because I wasn't going to redraw that Portuguese flag again. So there's all different ways that you can set up your own personal shield. Have fun!